What is up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? My name is Oxtane. Let's talk about the WoW Classic Beta. The hype is real for Classic WoW, ladies and gentlemen. I personally could not be any more excited. Private server boys and retail WoW boys, everyone seems excited. Super hyped to play Classic WoW again with my best friends that will actually play WoW again now that this is coming out. And also people that didn't get to experience Classic WoW. I think that's been one of my most favorite things, is seeing people that didn't play Classic playing it and they're like, holy shit, this is really good. That's like, it just makes me so happy because I love this game so much that is insane for me to see. I was lucky enough that day 2 of the beta, I was able to get an invite one of my accounts, and it's been super fun, and I've never looked back, and I'm glad I resubbed just to get it. And the thing that everybody's been talking about, Preach, Venruki, Sea-Doo, everybody's been saying how much better Classic is than BFA. And not to drill the BFA dead horse of, oh, it's a terrible game and all this. I mean, you can think what you want to think about BFA. I mean, if you like it, that's your opinion. If you don't like it, then that's also your opinion. You're totally entitled to that. If you've seen any of my videos, you know where I stand. I haven't played WoW in months, or, well, retail WoW. I mean, technically I've opened the game, but not actively played it, because the game's bad, okay? At least in my opinion, it's really bad. However, it's important to keep in mind the perspective of these people that are saying that Classic is so much more enjoyable than retail WoW. Preach and Venruki and a bunch of other people were saying, oh, I don't really know how well it's going to go, and people might get sick of it, and it's an old game, and, all this stuff. And then they play it, and they're like, whoa, like, this is actually ridiculously fun, and, like, the meta game of tanking, or just doing other things in theory crafting. I mean, especially at level 30 on the beta, like, no one really knows, like, how to theory craft a level 30, so that brings a whole nother element of it. And so it's like everyone's like twinks, and it's just insane, and it's super fun. And that's just the thing about Classic, is every single streamer or YouTuber I've ever heard on Classic, and obviously, I mean, I'm knowledgeable about the game myself too, but everyone that's more experienced than I am is like, oh, this spec, this class, whatever, is garbage, don't play it in either PvP, PvE. And then you still see people play that, and they rock it, or they just destroy a class that they shouldn't in PvP or whatever, and it's just insane. Like, that is the magic of Classic WoW, on top of just the community and everything like that. It's so hype. Everyone's in such a high spirit because of this game. I love this game. I've been playing this game for 15 years in some form or fashion, over half my lifespan, well over half my lifespan. It's just insane, and I love it to death. I never really realized it, like, I just started to loathe the retail game for what it was, again, there were things that I liked about it, but there were plenty more things that I didn't. And eventually it reached a breaking point where I just said, okay, I'm done. That happened a couple months ago, but now that Classic's here, and I resubbed, obviously, for that, and I'm playing Classic, I'm just like, man, it has completely revitalized my addiction that I once had to this game. My love and passion for the game is all back in full force, because for a while there, around the time that I quit WoW, I'm like, man, like, I stopped streaming, even though, like, I barely have any viewers or whatever, but still, it's like, it was still fun up to a point for me to do. But then I just got to a point where I hated playing the game, didn't really want to play anything else, because WoW's really the only game that I want to play. It's the only game I'm good at. Like, it's just magical for me, for lack of a better term, to see this game be revitalized the way it has, and for me to play it. I mean, obviously I've played private servers, stuff like that, but there's nothing like the official Classic, and it's only beta right now, and things are still wonky, and level cap's only 30, but everything's so fun and super enjoyable, and I'm just really, really having a blast. And I can't wait for everyone to experience that together, because, again, like I said earlier, the best part for me is just seeing people that either didn't ever want to play Classic WoW, that never have, or that used to, are now like, holy shit, I want to play this, I'm super excited. Like, that is the best thing, is WoW veterans that are like, wow, I can't wait to play Classic again. And then those people that either only started playing retail a couple years ago, or even months ago, whatever, or have just never played WoW in general, are now like on the train of Classic WoW. And that is an amazing thing that the streaming community has done. And honestly, shout out to Asmongold for real. Like, I know people, he's a polarizing streamer or whatever, but like he is probably the biggest influential voice of the WoW community right now. And you know, he's just made it super fun, and he had the devs spawn all the bosses on the stress test, which they might have done anyway, but I think it was kind of provoked by him. And so shout out to him for real. Now, the main reason I think people look at classic WoW in kind of surprise as to why it's as good as it is because people probably just assumed it was nostalgia, you know, and looking at everything and saying, well, it wasn't actually that good because things were kind of a pain. 40-man raiding, leveling took forever, there was no group finder. The social dynamic was obviously the appeal of that, but you know, a lot of people, it's just like, it's really slow. Everyone's just an auto attack Andy. It's not going to be fun. And just like everybody was wrong. Like, because all those things might even be true, but it doesn't take away from just how well designed and thought out that the game was back then and how it still stands up today. I mean, you can play Ocarina of Time. That game's from 96. Does that make it bad? No. Like, just because something's old doesn't mean it's bad. And all that aside, I think it also really, really highlights the things that I already knew about retail WoW, but maybe some things that people weren't necessarily super aware of when it comes to like the more modern structure of WoW today. And that is that the reward structure is just boring and broken. Like, every patch in retail WoW is essentially a new expansion without having to level. I mean, you get so much more powerful. It's insane. I can do LFR, and that's better than like heroic of the previous tier. Like, it's just ridiculous. That's like if in vanilla I put in all this work and got sulfurous, and then BWL comes out and I can't use sulfurous anymore because it's too bad. Like, you know how bad that feels? It's just not rewarding. It's not fun. It makes you not want to play the game because it's like, what is even the point to anything that I do? In Classics, that's really not the case. You have so many unique items that, like Skull of Impending Doom or things like that, that are just like very unique items that in and of themselves, you're like, okay, well, what's the point of that? But once you put it all together with macros and other things, whether PvP or PvE, you can find some pretty insane strategies to play the game. And there's a reason why players like Swifty have kind of dropped into irrelevancy slowly over the years before Classic coming out now, because it's just like the game doesn't allow for unique gameplay. You have to be part of a hive mind, the drone of players, that everyone plays generally the same regardless of class or spec. And you can't be unique. There's no uniqueness in retail WoW, and that's the greater problem. And that is why Classic WoW is so much better than people remember it, is because the individuality is there. Every character feels unique. If I'm an enhancement shaman, I feel different than another enhancement shaman because the way I play and the way we perceive the game, even if we have the exact same talents and we go for the general same stats, everything like that, just the way we play instinctually, everything feels completely different. And that is how Classic WoW is tailored and built, is the individual, but also the sum of the individual to accomplish a greater goal. 40 people in a raid, dungeons that take forever. Every individual is key to success. And that is the biggest part that I love about old school WoW, is whether you're a casual pleb that takes forever to level up or you're going for rank 14, everybody has fun. I mean, I was playing vanilla WoW and was addicted at like 9 years old playing vanilla WoW. Like, I was not good, didn't even reach level 60, and I couldn't get enough of the game. Like, that speaks to the quality of the game. Plus, I was like 9, I could barely even like think for myself, and I thought enough to say, wow, this game's amazing. And not only that, but also like, even if raids aren't like that difficult or whatever, like that's really not that big of a factor. Like, even if people blow through tiers, like that's not really the point of the game. The point of the game is social and have fun and play with your friends and meet new people. Like, that is everything. And PvP is seemingly endless fun. You don't really run out of players to play against. I mean, well, I guess you could theoretically, but you know what I'm saying. Like, that is the beauty of old school WoW. It's not just chasing a number. I'm not chasing item level. I'm not even necessarily chasing raid progression. I'm just trying to have fun. And that is the bare bones. Like, it's so simple. Like, Classic WoW, in a lot of ways, is way simpler than retail WoW. People want to think the classes are more complex. They're really not. If anything, they're actually a lot simpler. Stats are a lot simpler, raids, everything. But simple is often better. When you overthink things and you try to make things really complicated and convoluted, a lot of stuff gets lost there, and some genuineness gets lost there. And, like, what happened to just playing games just to have fun? And that's it. And that's what I love about Classic WoW, and why it's better than everyone remembers, is because it's just fun. That's it. Like, it's literally as simple as that. It's just fun. It plays well, it's fun, and it's social, everything like that. It's literally as simple as that. We got 3 months till we all do it together, so I'm super excited. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. I stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/Oxtane. Stream the Classic Beta if you want to see a Classic Shaman PvP god. Also, the Twitter at Oxtane TV. Not super active right now, but once I have actual people following my tweets, I will be. Look, all right, Chinglish and Clint Stevens follow me on Twitter. All right, look, what more can you ask for? I also try to make multiple videos every week. Sometimes I'm not always the best. Trying to stream and work my job, and obviously, like, I don't make any money off YouTube or really even streaming for that matter, but it's fun for me to do, so I do it. And I appreciate the support. If you guys want to subscribe, that'd really help me out. Also, check out my other videos. I do exploration videos of map files, things like that. I try to do those every week. Try to do discussion videos every 2 weeks or so, like this video, essentially. I did a video where I predicted the Classic release date. I did that a couple weeks ago. Check that out if you haven't seen it. Comparing the graphics between Vanilla and the Classic demo. Check out those videos. Appreciate the support, guys, and I'll be back with more content as soon as I can. Till then, see y'all.